Welcome to Remelations. We're your hosts. I'm Mindy.
And I'm Brooke.
Remelations is a dream interpretation podcast where we read listeners' dreams. From nightmares to the just plain bizarre, join us as we give you our comedic interpretation of your fucked up REM cycle.
This week we're reading dreams about swinging from vines and cobras in bed?
No, thank you. We're also reading dreams about wolves, doormats, and church.
Oh, you know.
Amen. I'm also talking about a very rare sleep disorder.
Yes.
Very rare and terrifying. So stay tuned, bestie, and let's get started.
Woo!
Well, hey, bestie.
Hello.
How are you doing? I know you're a little under the weather, but you're here.
I'm super.
You're okay.
How are you?
You just keep telling yourself that. I'm good. I'm good here.
Hey, I'm fake it till you make it, baby.
Yes, that works. Or you can sleep it till you
sleep it.
Weep
till
it.
You... I don't want any weeping.
We've had enough of that. No, I'm done.
No weeping.
Sleep it till you... There's got to be something there.
Sleep it till you weep. T-shirt. Sleep it till you weep it.
Makes no sense,
but we're going to sell it.
Yes. Lines out the door for that one.
Right?
That'll be
like,
clearance.
hey, guys. Sleep
it till you
like
weep it.
$2. Sleep it till you weep it.
Yeah, well,
how are you, though?
Oh, I'm good. All good. All good here in the hood. All
Okay,
good in the hood.
Yay.
We've got some dreams to read today, though. So
We got some good ones.
do you want to get started today?
Yes. So my dream's from Laura Beth.
Okay.
And it is full of dream symbols, but
Oh, boy.
I want you to just kind of listen and enjoy before overanalyzing it. There's
Okay.
lots we can get into, but this dream's crazy.
I'm excited.
Crazy.
From Laura. Okay. Laura Beth. Got it.
Okay. From ages 6 till late 30s, this is a recurring nightmare.
Oh, boy. That's a long one.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Starts out with me floating down a river on my back. There's a little boy floating along with me, and although I never see him, I know he's there.
Could be relaxing. Could be scary. Not sure yet which
We're
one
not,
here.
Oh, just wait for it.
Okay.
It sounds relaxing.
I mean, it does sound a little relaxing, but okay. I'll wait.
Okay. We float along for a while, and then the landscape turns into a desert wilderness with low shrubbery and dirt.
Oh, okay.
All of a sudden, there are many more people, and we have to race through whatever this is without being killed by lions and other wild animals.
Okay.
I mean,
Well, at least there's other people to be
changed a
eaten
little
by
bit.
lions. Like, deflect.
you just got to be faster than one other person, right? You just can't be the last gazelle in the back.
Is that what's in like the safari jungle guide? Just don't be the slowest motherfucker out there.
Just don't be the slowest motherfucker out there. That's rule number one.
Does she have paddles, or is she just going with the current? Because I think that also...
I think she's just floating. Quick
Quick question for you, because I think you know. Do lions swim?
They can.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if they're like going to be doing, the breaststroke down the river, but I mean, they're going to be able to get to and from and
That
eat.
would be terrifying if they did do the breaststroke. So the little head comes up. Take the head to the side. The mane, it just gets in your eyes. It's really hard when that mane just smears on your face.
It's like,
oh, damn it. I need they need a swim cap.
Back. Oh my God.
A lion swim
Could
cap.
you imagine a lion in a swim cap?
Yes, I can, and it's adorable.
It might be the best visual I've ever had in my life. A lion in a swim cap. Okay. All right. So they're also being chased by these lions and other wild animals, but she also mentions that they're also running downhill. When those of us still alive make it to the end of the section, it turns into a jungle. So it's kind of like going back
kind of
and
makes
forth.
sense. So they were on a river, and then they were running down a hill, and now they're in a jungle. Lots of scene changes.
Now they're in a jungle.
Love it.
This is like a Mindy dream. I'm like, oh, there's lots of scene changes. So that's why I'm like,
not the lion part so much, but okay.
No. But okay, so the jungle, when they're in the jungle part, there's a river dividing us from the wall of balconies on the other side. Yeah,
that's a really expensive Airbnb in the jungle. It's just like a bunch of condos upon condos.
I don't know how good of a condo this would be. No, because to get to the balconies, you have to cross the river.
Again?
And she says, I know there's so much going on. The crocodile, alligator infested river.
Oh.
So, not great circumstances, but this is the interesting part of the dream. This is as far as I ever got in the dream, is what she's saying in her recurring dream, until the very last time I had it, probably 10 years ago.
Oh, boy.
I know.
I'm excited for this, but I'm like on the edge of my seat, like, what changed?
I know, like how, it's always interesting how recurring dreams change, like all of a sudden.
Or if they stop and they come back, but okay.
Or if they stop, Previously, although I tried to cross the river, I never made it before waking up. The final time I had the dream, when we got to the jungle, I just screamed, no! And when I did, a bunch of vines came down.
Oh.
And we could all just swing across to the balcony.
Okay.
Good news? I think so.
I think it's better than getting eaten by alligators and crocodiles, but okay.
And you're already away from the lions.
Just Tarzan it to that balcony.
Tarzan it over to the balconies. I mean, sounds like a dream trip.
Like you have to do the Tarzan scream.
How did that go?
You're gonna have to rewind that one if you want to hear that again, bestie.
You're gonna want to rewind. That was really good.
Thank you.
Okay, so they're swinging across to the balconies. Once we got there and opened the door, there was a hotel room inside with 7 beds.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. The symbols in this are insane.
I mean, it's crazy.
Okay.
All but one bed had a cobra in it.
Oh my God.
And she says this, and I mean, it doesn't stop. So this is in capitals, like would, WOULD, like the cobra in that would, and she says, not might, would kill you if you got in the wrong bed.
Yeah, I don't want that. I 1 in 7 chance is not awful, but
no,
it's not great.
And she says there's no way to know by looking. I don't want to get in any bed with a cobra, even if it's the quote unquote right bed.
That room all no.
No, it's not okay. It's not okay.
That's insane.
There was, however, a man in the lobby you could pay to come to your room and pick out the correct bed for you.
Pay him all the money.
Well, listen, he never chose wrong, but it costs all the money you had.
Fine.
So you were right.
If I'm stuck in this dream,
yeah,
good.
She says, I paid the man, got the correct bed, went to sleep, and never had that dream again.
What the hell, Laura?
That interesting?
That is one of my favorites so far. That's really interesting.
Symbols upon symbols, but I mean, whoo.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to get started with this.
Yeah, I'd pick one of the million symbols, or
let's pick like maybe these 5 or 6 to go over. So water
this might take a while.
It might take a while. We might need a double episode.
Just for Laura's dream. That's it.
Just for her dream. So I think of water, at least for me, calm, soothing, and she's just floating there. Just floating. It seems very relaxing dream. But then there's this invisible boy.
Have you ever been on one of those like river floats, like inner tube floats? Tube floats down the river?
Oh, inner tube. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did for the first time last year, but it was very nice until I got flipped out of my inner tube.
They can be fun and relaxing. That's what I'm thinking of. That's how I would like my dream to be.
Floating on her back, I think. I would like my dream to be floating on the river in an inner tube with no crocodiles, no lions, and no cobras.
You got the cooler tube
That's
next
just my
to you.
preference. Yep. Fill it up.
For any bestie who might not know, I don't know if it's a Midwest thing because we have lots of rivers, and so you get a bunch of inner tubes, you rent them from somewhere, you start up, you park at the bottom where you end, but they drive you to up the river, and then you each get your own inner tube.
You kind of tie them together so you don't float away.
Like a big floating island. And then you get a couple tubes extra for your coolers because you got to have that. And then you float for, there's different, different distances or, hours. And you just
but
enjoy it.
It's usually at minimum a few hours.
Yeah.
But it's just delightful.
It is. We took the kids, oh gosh, it must have been 4 or 5 years ago. They were still pretty
Oh my God.
little. I mean,
babies
that's the point
then.
not worried that they were going to drown. Like they could swim, but we went on the Wisconsin River, and it was great because it's all sand bottom. It's not muddy, so you don't have to worry about like leeches and such as much. Probably, I don't know. I'm not a leech expert, but it's all sand. It's a really
sandy
beautiful
bottom. You don't have to worry about leeches
as much. So we start our float, and as soon as we got there, I realized that I forgot the sunscreen.
Oh my God.
We remembered all the kids. We forgot the sunscreen.
Well, I guess
you're right on the water.
The most important thing. But second is sunscreen.
Yeah, we got the beer. Man. We got the juice boxes.
You need a whole
tube
full of sunscreen too. You got your tube with your cooler and your tube with your sunscreen.
A tube of the sunscreen, just sunscreen.
That's how I travel.
So I was like, well, shit. And when you're like floating, if you're on the water, you just burn a lot faster. And I burn in 3 seconds. It's
just direct sunlight for hours. Like there's not like trees.
No, you're just out there and it's reflecting up on you And so we were floating and we get to this island where people were beached and camping, I think, camped out, just like on this sand island.
Beached.
And so we beach our tubes. And I literally had to go over to these people and be like, excuse me. Do you have any sunscreen I can lather 6 kids with? I know it might probably cost a small fortune.
Do you have 7 bottles of sunscreen, please?
And this person, this one was so nice. She's like, oh my gosh, yes, absolutely. Because I just explained the situation. I'm like, I forgot it. My kids are starting to fry. I feel like a bad mom. All good. Got all lathered up. Continued on our journey. Good.
No
it was
burns.
A fun day.
No
burns. I mean, maybe a little tan.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's
just
into natural, right?
Yeah. But no, it took a couple hours, but that was a ton of fun. But not as dangerous as Laura's excursion.
No, I don't think so. Because I don't think they have Crocs in the Wisconsin River, as far as I know.
No.
Which is why it was so relaxing. But it started out relaxing.
Yeah,
but then there's this invisible boy. I know she only mentioned it for like a brief second, but to me it was like so clear. Like, what does he represent? Mm-hmm. I feel like it's clearly like a pressure or an issue that she knows is always there, but maybe tries to ignore it. Like, I think because she says she can't see him, but she knows he's there. But I think she's kind of operating on that out of sight, out of mind kind of thing, which I do very well with. Because if I can push whatever it is to the side and just, I don't see it, it's not happening.
What did you say? How old was she when she first started having this dream?
6 to late 30s, she said. I mean, what's going on her entire life, pretty much?
Yeah, and it's got to be something.
Such a stressful dream.
Yeah, something that it could be a personality trait, a family situation, especially that it's been
to start that young.
Yeah,
6. Oh my God! But then there's the sudden change to the desert wilderness. So, to me, is like another symbol, like you're changing from water to land, very different elements. Water is, a lot of emotion and the unconscious, and the earth or the land is like stability, groundedness, and stillness.
Okay, yeah.
I think like a lot of us, it's just her brain is telling her to go with her emotions, relax, but then it only lasts for so long, and then it's back on land, and she has to face reality. And only her reality is terrifying, and it's just full of more obstacles.
And you just got every animal at the zoo.
And they're all out to get them. They're
Yeah,
not friendly animals. Like,
none.
animal attacks. People died.
You just put a couple bunnies and kittens and puppy
Yeah,
dogs
or
in
like we
there,
talked about
please.
how cute otters are. Throw
Oh,
some of
river
those in
otters,
the
fine.
river.
They'd be
Oh
holding
my
hands.
God. They'd be holding hands, cute as fuck. But these animal attacks, people dying, a lot of negativity.
Yeah.
I mean, running downhill, that's kind of like another thing. It's like
negative.
she's
Sure.
a negative, another negative. And it's like whatever issue she has, it's serious. I mean, it
But
might
she
not
always
be.
continues to like survive
It's
each
always
of these
life or
challenges.
death, though.
Yeah.
But it's so serious. It's not like, okay, I tried this and it didn't work. It was okay. But these situations are like life or death. So I'm thinking, and since it's been going on like her whole life, this is something big. Obviously, she's having.
It's
this
a matter
dream
of
since
getting
she
to
was 6.
safety each and every time because it's not
Every
just
time.
surviving. It's like, okay, safe spot. Nope, not safe. Okay,
Nope.
next safe spot. Safe, not safe.
Nope.
Ugh.
Just kidding. Nope. Just kidding. And then you kind of mentioned it earlier, back to the water. It changes to the jungle. So it's like, I think her brain is really torn between trusting her heart or her head.
Sure.
But I mean, that's kind of normal for everyone, I think. But the river is blocking the people from safety. It's a literal divide for her. And it's just more of that land versus water. But water is danger and land is safety to her. So it's like she doesn't trust her emotions. Like, have they betrayed her in the past? Like, is she like, but it's so confusing to me that it started so young. That's what I keep going back to, that she's having this dream since
How do you,
she's
how
6.
do you,
What's going on?
but even when you're 6, you can still trust your reality, your heart and your mind. That's children of mind. There are ones that are more emotionally driven and there are a couple that are more mind driven. Like, it's interesting to see even at a young age, you can see how as you develop, you kind of always are balancing the two of them.
Yeah. And it's true. I mean, we're still doing it too, but she can't, you kind of just said it too. It's like an endless struggle. She just can't escape. But in all the years she's been having the dream, she never made it across to the balconies. So what happened this last time she dreamt it?
I'm really curious.
Like, I want her to, I hope she's listening. I hope you're listening, Laura Beth. I hope you are, because we really want some follow-up on this.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if she finally like kind of faced her problem. Did she like kind of take control of the issue in real life?
Or you get to the age of 30 and you're just like, you kind of figure yourself out a little bit. It takes a while.
And it's like, I'm not going to deal with this anymore. But even making it across the river successfully, finally, she finds herself in even more danger after she had just made so much progress, I think, in life and in her dream. The stakes are so high in this dream. Having to choose the right bed or die from a cobra
at the
bite?
snake Airbnb? No, thank you.
The
cobra
I'm not
B&B.
going to the snake Airbnb, especially
not
like
good guests. Not good guests.
Snakes are scary enough. We've talked about them. I have my own thing with them. You're not I don't know. Snakes are scary enough, but like, especially a cobra, like a hood. You see that hood flare out and it's just like a terrifying image.
Yes.
But, oh my God.
And they're in beds too. So it's like, bed should be a place of
safe and comfort.
Like reconnection and resetting yourself. And you don't.
Nope.
You could choose it wrong.
You could choose it wrong. But what I think really happened is that she finally asked for help. And because it's like that man. Yeah. She had to ask him to tell her which bed to choose.
Excuse me, sir. You with the bellhop hat. Do you know which bed the cobra's in? Or which bed does not have the cobras? That would be a shorter answer.
That would be pleasant. But if I have to be with a cobra, tell me which one I'm supposed to be with, please. And thank you.
Which one's full? Which one already ate today? Okay, thanks.
Yeah, are there spinning
Here's
cobras?
my life savings.
Oh my God. So asking that man for help saved her life. Like, she just never stops fighting. Like you said too. She's trying. She just keeps going. But when she asked for help in her dream, she also never had the dream again.
That is really Really cool.
It's interesting, isn't it? So like, even if you're afraid to ask for help, even if it feels like you're losing everything, because she literally had to pay the man everything she had.
Yeah.
But asking for help, if this dream says anything, asking for help can be life-changing and life-saving. And I think she found some help in real life. I think she did. And it's a good piece of advice for all of us.
And then check out the next day.
Don't
leave.
I would not even wait overnight.
Bad review. I don't care how good that breakfast was. Not going back.
Stars.
0 stars.
0 stars. Do you like cobras? 5 stars. Do you not like cobras? 0 stars.
Do you want to swing on some vines? Tarzaning. If you're Tarzaning it across the. No, it's just too difficult. Even the road there is too difficult.
No, I mean, there's one thing after another. Like, she just can't get on.
Can't win.
She can't win.
I think your point is at the end. I agree. At the end, asking for help, being able to be reliant on someone to give you some advice. I think that whatever she was in that part of her life in her 30s, what was that? Who was that person then? Who was that person to you when you turned 30?
Helped.
Is it a special someone?
I'm like, me? I never figured it out yet, so I don't know. Laura figured it out, but not me. So,
and I'm curious if this dream will ever come back to her, because we do see that. Sometimes it'll take time.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes time, and you can have a period of time where you don't have this reoccurring dream, but an emotional trigger can bring you back to it. I hope it doesn't come back because it's horrible and stressful.
Yeah.
I would wake up in a sweat, that's for sure.
But also a very good dream. Very good dream. I'm sorry that you had to deal with it your basically entire life, but you did something right. It stopped. Although I will say one little thing that she included. I have 2 more vivid murdery ones, is what she said. 2 more vivid murdery ones.
Yes, please.
So, yes, please, Laura Beth, please.
Laura, send them along. We'd love to hear those ones,
so, I think we might have more to look forward to from Miss Laura Beth.
Yes. If you are like Laura and you have a dream that's crazy, like that one, and lots of symbols, you don't understand one single bit of it, recurring dreams, we want to hear them all. You can share your dreams with us at remelations@gmail.com. That's how you get a hold of us. Send us your dreams. Send us your dream stories. Have you ever seen a cobra? We'd love to know. Was it in your bed? Better question. Is it in your bed? Oh, Brooke has. Yes, I know you've seen a cobra. Oh, we should find that picture and put it on social.
We should
Brooke had that awesome experience when you traveled to India, right?
Yes. I mean, I did not have a cobra in my bed.
That would be
Which
awful.
is a step up, but I did pet a cobra. And it was we should put the video on Sleepover
Even
Squad.
Better, yes. Send me the video. We'll put it on.
Because
I think you almost look like you're dying out of stress and anxiety.
Yeah, like some of the pictures, you can see every muscle in my face is just clenched. And I honestly don't remember most of it. I only remember it from the photos and like the video, because I must have just gone like out of sight, out of mind. Like, but I wasn't out of sight. I could see the damn cobra. I was touching the damn cobra. Oh boy, Mindy, do you have a dream for us?
I do. I have a dream from Avery, and she's from San Angelo, Texas.
Oh,
never been. I've never been to San Angelo. I've been to Texas.
Where did you? Oh, you went to Texas for work.
Yeah, I went there. I went to Dallas for work once. I'd love to go back though.
That's a big airport.
It is a big airport.
Dallas Fort Worth.
A lot of cowboys there too. Yeah.
Oh, a lot of cowboys. Can be a good thing or a bad thing.
I lean towards good. So Avery says, so this is a weird one, but if you were there, you'd be as horrified as I was.
Oh my God, we've got some doozies tonight, I feel like.
This also has a lot of symbols too, so hold on.
Wow, okay.
Buckle up, here we go. So it all starts at some type of church. The church was just like the one I grew up in. It was a small local church. I basically lived there for years as a young child.
Okay.
So it's a familiar church to her. Then she goes, you know how at some churches they have food service after a session, or a church will host big lunches for local events? It starts, it was basically something like that.
Okay, it doesn't sound bad yet.
Right. Who's bringing the casserole? Potluck at the church.
Who's bringing the potatoes?
All kinds of potatoes. Brooke loves them.
Kind. Mm-hmm.
I was with my good friends and boyfriend, and we were just messing around, and it was a normal day. It always worries me when it starts. Just normal, right?
Yeah, that's never a good sign.
No. After we were done eating, everyone had left and had gotten into their cars. I had forgotten my shoes. For some reason, I took them off in a public place? Question mark.
I was going to say, why were they off?
And everyone just leaves.
I take my shoes off all the time. Okay. Everyone's gone.
I stopped and put on my shoes and then got distracted by a cute bumblebee floor mat that they had.
That would distract anybody.
Right? Is it yellow? I bet it's yellow.
It has to be.
And it says, welcome. We've been buzzing with excitement to see you.
That is a very long mat.
Yeah, small fonts. You got to look close. That's why she got distracted, because she had to read all those words.
She's bending over reading the mat. What does that say?
Buzzing with excitement. And then she goes, this is a dream. I don't know. Like, why this stuck out to her, right? This bumblebee floor mat. As she's putting her shoes back on.
Yes.
Anyways, there was a super busy road next to the building, and I could hear a bunch of cars slam on their brakes. And you could hear all the tires screeching. All of a sudden, a little dog comes running towards me from the road, and he goes behind the door I was leaving out of. Okay. Out of nowhere, a wolf runs past the door and starts attacking the dog.
I hate this dream.
I couldn't see what happened because they were behind the door, but what I could see was blood and parts of the dog being thrown from where they were. Okay, your mouth is just jaw dropped. I know it's not great.
No,
not great.
My God,
but it's a dream.
Okay.
It's just a dream, not real.
I know. I got it.
The wolf then tried to attack me.
Oh, this wolf is vicious.
Didn't have enough with the dog, I guess.
Still hungry.
I quickly ran back inside and shut and locked the door. Whew.
Okay.
Now, there was a random kid with me. Rando kid. I started to close the doors and the windows to the outside, and I yelled at him to do the same thing. As I was doing this, I started to see shadows of children and people trying to peek in through the blinds of the windows and purposely tapping at the windows to make noise.
Creepy AF!
Are they just like waiting for to watch the wolf attack you, or
like,
you know?
Like, why are they tapping?
Why are they looking at you? Why don't they just come in and say? And aren't they in the danger of the wolf?
Well, maybe they own the wolf and they train it to eat people.
Eat people who like bumblebee doormats.
And dogs.
And dogs. They were in every single window.
No!
And for some reason, there was an ungodly amount of them at the church.
Oh my God!
Ungodly windows. It makes sense.
Ungodly. I get it.
I like the pun there. So I started panicking and I called the police.
Okay.
And you know how when you're in a panic and your fingers don't work the way they're supposed to? That happened. And my phone was also not working, and it just intensified it. How many times have we said 911 never works in dreams? It doesn't exist.
Like, how many times have they been like, no one answered, or they answered and hung up, or something? Oh, 911 does not work in dreams. Sorry, friends.
What would that be? Yes, can you state your emergency? Yeah, a wolf tried to attack me. I'm in a church, and people are tapping on the windows. Can you send someone?
They're like,
the ungodly amount of windows.
Ma'am,
that's a lot of people.
Is this an emergency? You're like, yeah, ungodly amount of windows. It's an emergency.
Too many windows for this church. Are they all stained glass? I don't know, but I can see people tapping on them.
Oh, I don't like the tapping.
And you know how churches usually have like a scene, if it's stained glass, it has a scene of like Jesus or something.
Yeah.
Like they're just like tapping on. Maybe they just want to say hi to Jesus.
Stations of the Cross.
This is where he fell for the third time.
This is where he got stabbed in the side.
Such a sad story. That whole
God.
Stations of the Cross thing just bummed me out as a kid. I don't know about you.
It was every year we had to like walk through and look at all the stained glass windows.
It took
like,
forever. It was just made me sad.
It was sad. Like none of it's good.
No.
I mean, I guess he died for us, but I didn't ask him to.
So okay, now back to Avery here.
Yeah, Avery.
So she was trying to call 911.
Okay.
She goes, I got a hold of my boyfriend, and he was just silent on the other end of the phone, menacingly. It was so suspicious.
Wait, did he leave when she was getting her shoes? Did he just leave her? Everyone?
Yeah, he left with everyone.
Friends?
Everyone left. Mm-hmm.
Okay, it was so suspicious.
So she was sus.
Okay, yeah, very sus.
Eventually, I got a hold of the police, and they showed up. And they seemed to act like I was crazy because the people and the wolf were nowhere to be seen.
Well, the police might have something on that one.
I was frantically trying to explain the situation, but they just shut me down. Not nice.
At least they showed up.
You should believe a victim. You should.
Yeah.
At least the creepy people left and the wolf.
Yeah, like at least the danger's out of the way now, I hope.
Can you leave?
I don't know.
Okay. Then I began to think for some reason that because of the way my boyfriend acted on the phone, it led me to believe that he had caused it. I told the police my theory.
Oh, boy.
Even though the police still acted like I was crazy, they ended up arresting my boyfriend.
Oh, my God.
And then I woke up.
No! Oh, my God, Avery. We need some more information.
I'll just give you a little bit what she said at the end here.
Okay.
It was horrifying to say the least. I can't do it justice by explaining, but the people in the windows still haunt me.
I don't blame her.
The fact that my brain made this all up is terrifying. Welcome to my world.
You just got to lean into it. Avery, just lean into it.
Yep. I think the scariest part of it all is it started off so normal and such a welcoming and warm environment.
Right.
Like I said, similar to the church I grew up in with lots of fun memories of exploring and playing in it. I have a false sense of security, and then shit hit the fan so fast, I woke up absolutely flabbergasted.
God. We've had a lot of false sense of security tonight.
Yeah, it is a theme today, which I think is
Theme.
interesting.
It is.
It definitely is a theme.
I didn't know what you were going to read, and you didn't know what I was going to read. So very, very interesting.
It's always a surprise for each other. So yeah, definitely where we pick similar dreams like that.
Oh, Avery. Okay. Where are we going to even dive in here?
Well, we're going to start at the church. Obviously, the location I think is very important in this dream because she even said herself, like, I felt safe there. It's somewhere that was from childhood. It felt good. And so overall, church can be a sense of tradition, or like if you go to church, if you went to church a lot as a child, some kind of safeness and a place where you feel welcomed, hopefully. Yeah. And so we get to the fact that everyone leaves her, which is sad. She forgot her shoes, which weird shoes, but there was some reason she had to go back.
We can't even get into the shoes.
We can't even talk on the shoes.
We can't even get into that right now.
But everyone leaves, and she just goes back, and then she gets distracted, which I thought was interesting, with this bumblebee floor mat.
Which is one of the oddest things to be distracted by, in my opinion.
Odd. Completely, like, one of these things is not like the other. It's this bumblebee floor mat.
To stop in your tracks because you have to look at this floor mat. And she didn't see it before. She's there for how long?
If she's been to that church before, you think you notice.
You'd see that mat buzzing.
So what in your life is maybe being a distraction? Is there something maybe with the foundations of your beliefs, perhaps, or questioning a foundation of something maybe you grew up believing that now you're starting to feel that there's a distraction, maybe a different point of view you're trying to understand, and everyone else left you. So you kind of feel alone in making this decision or questioning this kind of new thing that seems like it's out of place to you. Right. It's a feeling that might be out of place to you.
And you know what? She's very brave for exploring that. Because so often we just go back to our comfort zones. But she's thinking about it. She's like, this is different. I get it. But I'm gonna explore it while everyone else is just kind of doing the safe thing. what they always do. You
Yeah,
know, she's
just
brave.
going on, same old, same old. Got to get my shoes back on. What kind of shoes? I would really like to know. Are they like cute little sneakers? Are they?
Yeah,
like
in
little
my head, I
flats?
saw them as like kind of little espadrilles or something. You know, like
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know why.
Okay, I took them as tennis shoes and when I was reading, I assumed like Skechers, like just
I love
Just-
a good pair
yeah.
of Skechers.
who doesn't?
So comfy.
They still
They're
do it
so
right.
comfy. They do it right. Hey, Skechers.
I mean, I guess if they were like, hey, Skechers. You're right. Like, maybe they were like a little more of a shoe that she had to take off because they were hurting her feet.
Oh, yeah,
Maybe.
okay.
Maybe not.
Hmm.
But either way, when she's having this distraction of this bumblebee, I just keep thinking, this bumblebee floor mat, buzzing with
Sorry.
excitement to see you. That
Just a buzzing.
just a, what's the buzz?
What was it? Something in a weeping, dreaming, and weeping and a
don't remember.
seeping? No, remember.
What
What was it?
Sleeping and a weeping.
Okay, sorry.
A buzzing and a
Buzzing. There's nothing that rhymes
Sure,
with
let's make up
buzzing.
words.
Buzzing.
No.
Cousin.
Buzzing with your cousin. Did your cousin leave you too? I'm sure they did. Assholes.
Everyone left.
Anyhow, so then the wolf and the dog,
I didn't
completely like the terrifying part of the attack here.
Yeah, I didn't like
I'm
this
gonna
part.
skip over the animal
Okay.
cruelty of that because that. I mean, I think honestly, I think that piece is like a pay attention moment. Like this is a big deal, right?
Grab
Like,
your attention.
real grab
Absolutely.
your attention. A couple things in the stream, obviously.
Yeah.
But the wolf is such an interesting dream symbol.
Okay, I
And
knew you were
we may
gonna...
have talked about this before, but especially in Native American culture, when you have dreams about wolves, often it comes down to strength and power or your inner strength. So taking it in as a spirit guide almost.
Yeah.
And when we're talking about an institution of a church or
Yes.
beliefs or a foundation of something you grew up with, it's telling you maybe that you need to check in with that inner wolf, that inner
That
strength of you
inner
and be
wolf.
like, let's see what's going on here.
Well, you know what? We are just born and raised with what we are told. It's not until we're later or, adults that we realize, hey, we have a choice.
You have a
We can-
choice, yeah.
We can.
Is it worth
question?
question it?
We can question.
It's okay to- it's
what
good
we
to
were raised with.
question
It's
it.
fine. Yeah, like you might agree with it.
It's
now,
either
you
going to
might
be
not.
stronger in your original beliefs
Yeah.
or you're going to find something that maybe suits you more.
Better. Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
my question to Avery here is, what color was the wolf? And if you know, let us know, because white wolves are specifically very unique in dreams, meaning that they seek to get in touch with your spiritual side in Native American culture. So if it's white, I think that's even a more telling sign of maybe it has to do with certain beliefs.
Yeah.
But
Let us
Avery, are you
know.
ready for change? Are you ready for change? Because if you think about dogs, they're more docile. They're of the same type of animal.
Right.
I mean, when it comes down to
Wolves.
that, there's domesticated,
Right. It's like lions and cats. It's going to be wolves and dogs.
of course. And so one's more that we keep in our house. It's one more sweet and safe, and then you've got the wolf that is just chaos. So
And the wolf tried to kill
Interesting.
her too.
This is struggling, inner struggle.
Bad wolf.
And then finally, I think the last part I want to talk about is the people peering in the windows, because it was such a haunting thing to her. It just kept coming up multiple times at the end.
I don't like it.
Is she being watched, or is she being judged by her peers? Yeah. Is she feeling that whatever she's questioning in her foundations or her religion or whatever it may be, is she feeling that the pressure of people judging her?
Oh my God. This is dead on, I think. I think you've nailed this one. It really has to do with beliefs you were raised with, and now you're kind of questioning it on your own. Like, I think that's a good, healthy thing, but.
Yeah. And Avery, thank you for sending. It's a very vulnerable dream to send in, and we appreciate you doing that.
Yes, thank you.
It's okay to check in and question things. And I think that's what your mind is telling you. It's okay to question it. And if you end up on the same path, great. And if you don't, that's okay too. Just, you need to kind of sometimes take that step back and reevaluate things that you've been told.
And that's hard to do. Like, because you don't even.
It is really hard to do.
You don't even realize you are questioning things sometimes. You're just so, it's like you said, like everyone kind of left and they were just going with the flow of what they always knew. She's the one that kind of stepped back. Like, that's hard to do. Because
it is hard to do.
How do you even know you're going to question it? Like, that's really interesting, Avery. I like
but Avery's brave. I think it's an interesting end that her boyfriend got arrested.
Yeah, and what a twist.
That's a weird twist. I don't know that
I don't know how to analyze that.
Maybe her question is the one that is her boyfriend is the one that's questioning some of these things, and it's bringing some light to her, or vice versa. So, who knows? Relationships. That's one of those fun things you get to talk about. Your beliefs.
It's so fun.
Let's talk about it. What do you think?
Okay, I guess we're breaking up now. Bye.
Oh, you're into Wicca and you're a witch. Let's do it.
I'm in. Totally. You want cobras in the bed?
Ouch.
See you later.
I don't know what religion that is, but I am taking a pass on that one.
Not into it.
Not into it.
Not into it.
Thanks again, Avery, for sending that in. Wonderful.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. There are so many ways you can support the show. You can go to remelations.com/support. You can join our sleepover squad. But let's be real. The best thing you can do is to spread the word. I mean, I know you've already told your bestie. I know it. So tell a cousin, tell a coworker, tell a cobra. I don't care. Spread the word. If you're enjoying this, spread the word. And two of the best words in the English language, swag bag. At least for me, that's what I like to hear. And guess what? We are having a contest.
Yes. It's
a good one. So we're getting all our merch in. Bestie, we're getting our merch in finally. And we're going to create a swag bag of epic proportions.
Oh my God, so exciting. Can't wait to show you.
And for every cobra you tag, you get a point. Or bestie, or coworker, or cousin. You're going to get an entry to get this swag bag. And we will be announcing our winners on our, you guys, 1 year anniversary.
How have we done doing this a year?
Can you believe it?
Oh my gosh, we're going to be celebrating in a couple weeks. And so please. And all you have to do is tag your bestie and tag Remelations in a post or one of our posts on social and comment. Just tag us, and that's going to get you an entry for every bestie, friend, cobra, coworker, dentist you tag. So enter today.
You get 2 for every dentist. You get 2 entries for every dentist. And 3 for every cobra. Clean. So, talk to your cobras. Let you know.
Always easy.
They like swag bags too.
You see, I have a really long nightgown. Special size. One size fits all cobras. Sorry.
One size fits all cobras.
All right. I have a little game for you.
I love games.
Okay. I want to figure out if you can tell me what story this is.
Oh.
It's a famous story.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. The first adaptation of the story was in 1320.
Oh my gosh, that's my favorite century.
In a novel called Provincial.
Provincial?
Provincial. Frère de joie au seu de plaisir. Something like that.
It's French?
Close enough. Mm-hmm.
Oui?
Okay. Yes.
Je ne sais pas.
Yeah, any idea yet? No? Okay.
No.
Okay, so the next one I have on my list here was in 1528.
Wow.
It was a tale in this medieval courtly romance called Pierce Forest.
What is it?
Pierce Forest. Okay. So the story goes.
Okay, I need to hear the story.
You'll catch a reference here.
Okay.
A princess named Zelandine. A princess named Zelandine falls in love with a man?
Falls
I
fell in love with a man once.
Didn't go well, did it?
It didn't.
Fell in love with a man named Troilus. Her father sends him to perform a task to prove his worthiness of her.
Okay.
And while he's gone.
He gone.
Man, I got a tongue tied. Okay. While gone, Zeldine falls into an enchanted sleep.
Uh-oh.
Troilus finds her, makes love with her while she was asleep, which I don't think that's consensual, so I kind of have a problem with the story at this point.
I don't think that's consensual either.
And when their child is born, the child draws from her mother's finger the flax that caused her to sleep. She realized that the ring she wears, Troilus had left her, and he was the father, and he returns to marry her. Any idea what story this is yet?
Is this like Sleeping Beauty?
Ding, 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 you get it!
Wow, it was the pricking of the finger.
Yes, yes.
I mean, it was a different way, but yeah, okay, that makes sense.
1812.
What's Provençal, though?
I don't know, but it's really old. That's 1320s. I don't know if there's still a copy in existence, but...
Probably not.
Probably
not one from the 1500 version.
Gosh,
either.
no. In 1812, maybe, this one, Brothers Grimm created a character named Briar Rose. Same sense, fell asleep, pricked a finger. Okay, now everyone is familiar with the 1959 animated movie, Sleeping Beauty, done by Disney.
Yes.
Where Aurora
isn't her... it's like her name.
Yes,
Aurora.
you remembered. Aurora is cursed to die on her 16th birthday by the evil Maleficent. But thanks to her guardian fairies, instead, she only falls into a deep sleep that can be ended with a kiss from her betrothed, Prince Philip.
Oh, they certainly made the names a lot easier to say.
Right, don't they? I mean, I think it goes a long ways from Troilus assaulting a sleeping damsel and making her pregnant to this beautiful Disney story. But like many of these old stories, they have very interesting old dark past.
Dark. The Brothers Grimm, their stories are quite dark.
Ooh, so dark. But one thing is similar. In each of these stories, the female heroine is asleep and her fingers pricked in each and every one of them. Whether it be by a spindle or a flax or some other way. As a side note, Sleeping Beauty is one of the worst princesses. According to Disney sales. Like when they put stuff with Sleeping Beauty on it, doesn't go over well.
Well, you know what though? I mean, I guess you would be surprised because Cinderella is still so popular.
Cinderella, Snow White, both great.
Snow White's pretty popular, but also Sleeping Beauty had a pink dress, and I like pink.
You're like, that's why
Cinderella
I like it.
had just a blue dress. I mean,
it sparkled.
Right, it was pretty.
If we're going by gowns, I mean, I'm going with Belle, the gorgeous yellow dress. Going with that.
Spectacular on her. Snow White would have to be the worst. That's an
that is the worst one. I totally agree.
That's an ugly dress. But that's okay. All right. I'm with you here. I'm sticking with you here.
And also a lot of modern day females don't like Sleeping Beauty a lot. They think they find that movie very passively offensive, and she's delicate and vapid. Which I agree. They don't make a very strong female character in 1950, of course.
Yeah, I was going to say a lot of these animated movies, I probably start out that way. They got a lot of strength, I would say, like 90s is when they started getting
Mulan, you got the girl from Brave Merida.
But before that, it could be a little bit of a challenge to... the rights we have to take.
It takes a long time to get to these rights.
Yeah,
right?
it does.
I mean, we just started voting how many years ago?
I mean, this started in 1300. Let's give them some credit for starting the story then.
Right?
At least there's some progress by the 50s. 1950s.
Yes. And we still have a long way to go, women.
And we do.
Man, oh man.
Poor Aurora. I feel badly that she doesn't sell.
She doesn't sell. But the story of Sleeping Beauty has graced over 39 films from different countries around the world and 19 literary works. Wow. But the question becomes, does this really exist? Is there a Sleeping Beauty syndrome?
What?
All right, today we're speaking about what is known as the Sleeping Beauty syndrome. One of 5 sleep disorders, which I will be covering in the upcoming episodes. This one's called the Kleine-Levin syndrome, and it does exist.
Kleine-Levin syndrome? Wow.
Kleine-Levin syndrome. Yep.
Okay.
But just for ease, going forward, I'm going to call it KLS.
Okay. I appreciate that.
So does it exist? Well, let me tell you the story about this girl named Sharik Tovar from Colombia.
Okay.
She's 19 years old now.
This is present day. Well,
Present day.
19 years ago is when she was born. Oh my God. Okay.
When she was 2 years old, her mom had noticed she had slept more often than any other babies.
Okay. Sounds delightful.
As she got older, it got worse. She would go for days, months, being lethargic and not being able to wake up. Her mom had to resort to liquefying foods and feeding them through a straw every couple of hours as a 17-year-old even.
She didn't take her to a doctor?
Well, they did, and they did diagnose it with this syndrome. So being that
this was just care,
Colombia,
okay.
It's just her care. Her mother said her episodes can last up to 2 months.
My God.
And she also suffers from temporary or permanent memory loss in these episodes.
Wow.
So sometimes she wouldn't even remember who her mother was.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
And I'm going to link this YouTube video because it is honestly, you see the amount of love this mother has for her child, her 17-year-old child. I think she was 17 in this video. Just helping her move so she wouldn't lose muscle,
like
in her, and making sure she didn't get bed sores. Yeah, exactly. And then feeding her and making her all this food. The mother pretty much made her whole job taking care of her daughter.
That's amazing.
So how is it diagnosed, right?
Yeah.
To be diagnosed with Sleeping Beauty Syndrome, or KLS, an individual must first show signs of recurrent hypersomnia.
Oh.
So signs of hypersomnia include excessive sleep that lasts between 2 and 5 days, excessive sleep episodes that occur at least once every 18 months or more frequently, and normal cognitive and behavior between episodes.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is interesting. How many people are actually diagnosed with KLS?
It's pretty rare. So you're talking about between 1 and 5 people out of 1 million.
Oh my God.
And historically, there's only been 500 cases ever reported. And often they're afraid, but it might go undiagnosed.
Yeah, well, that's true for anything, but 500, like in the history of knowing about this?
Since they've been keeping track, 500 cases.
Wow.
Primarily affects young males that are around the age of 15. So you think about why it might actually go undiagnosed, because every 15-year-old I have one, they are tired all the time.
They sleep.
So it's not surprising it kind of goes undiagnosed, but it's really a lot more severe than just a tired teenager.
Sure. It does surprise me, though, that if that's the case, well, I guess the story started long before it was ever established, but if it happens primarily to like adolescent teen boys, you think these stories would have the boys starring in them as opposed to like
a sleeping beauty, a sleeping handsome man,
a
sleeping hunk,
a sleeping hunk,
a sleeping hunk. We're gonna take this Disney. We're gonna rewrite this.
I want my sleeping hunk.
I want the sleeping hunk version.
And guess what?
He's gonna look damn good.
It's gonna sell.
And who's gonna voice it? You get to pick.
Oh my God, I am picking.
And we'll hashtag Brooke. Who's gonna voice our sleeping hunk?
I think the sleeping hunk for whatever reason, and I don't know why. This is the first person that popped in my head.
Please, I'm excited.
George Clooney.
Yes.
Hashtag. What does George Clooney dream?
Oh,
I don't know. I just heard his voice.
An awake hunk.
Oh, he's an awake hunk, a sleeping hunk, an everyday lovey,
hunky hunk. Yes, George, baby, let us know what you dream, and let us know if you're on board for our new movie, Sleeping Hunk.
Sleeping hunk. You are top billed. I promise. Not that he would ever be like second billed.
No. And his wife, Emile.
Yes, the lovely.
Yes, a lovely Emile. She's fine with it. We've already talked to her. She said, green light it. Let's go.
She said, I want to see Sleeping Hunk too. I mean,
she gets to see the Sleeping Hunk all the time. Not fair.
It's not fair. I want to sleep. Can we just get a camera Like one of those where you can subscribe.
I think that might be illegal.
On
I don't think you can just
while he's sleeping. I know it's very illegal, but
yeah, Bessie, let us know who you want to star in our new movie, Sleeping Hunk.
I know. It's coming out next fall. I've already greenlit it. I've given it the green light.
Okay, yes. Oh, boys on the brain. Okay.
Yes.
So overall, most of these people that have this syndrome, it lasts about 8 years of their life. With coming in and out of these episodes.
That's interesting. I didn't realize there was like a set time frame. So is this poor 17-year-old girl like almost finished with her?
As far as we know, the last thing I saw on this was from 2020, and she was still having these issues.
Oh,
so
no.
I don't know on that, but these super sleepers sleep nearly the entire day, like up to 23 hours.
They're like cats.
And the question is like, they have to wake up, right? Because that's the first thing I thought. Like, they have to use the bathroom. They have to eat. Mm-hmm. And so while they do wake, they're in a very confused state. And so they often have to have help from another person to make, like, to the point they can't even make food for themselves. They often have to have a spouse or a parent or a friend make the food.
Required.
Yes, because they don't even remember actually sometimes being awake. So
I bet they don't. Yeah, wow. Ugh. That's when diapers or a catheter would come in handy.
Oh God, right? Oh gosh. So, so when they do wake, they usually have unusual excessive behaviors, which include binge eating.
Oh, because they're starving.
You're hungry.
They're like, I've had liquefied food for 8 days. I need a burger.
I don't want a smoothie, Mom. I want the French fries.
I need solid food.
Compulsive behaviors, confusion, hallucinations, childlike behaviors, and the most interesting one, speaking of George Clooney, heightened sex drive is often a very, very, very common symptom while they're in their wake state.
Happening to young men, that would make sense. You know, they need to be awake and looking at their pornography and getting it out.
Style up on the internet.
And if they're sleeping, it's just going to be all pent up.
This is going to be part of the movie. It's going to be part of the movie.
This is the intro.
This is the intro. You wake up, it's all foggy.
You got a
George
boner.
just pops up some porn. Okay, this cannot be a Disney movie then. We're gonna
I don't think so. Although they
switch that out.
That boner in Little Mermaid. You know how they have
that's true. I always
those like little Easter eggs, you know, in Disney movies. Like that's one of them. That priest does
that's a clickbait.
Boner.
I will always click on that shit.
Yeah,
they got me on those. They do. So periods between.
I don't know how this happened. Sorry. But somehow Siri picked up and it says Boner Records. I don't even know what that is.
She just meant a real boner, not Boner Records.
No, it's a record label. Boner Records.
They were making the soundtrack.
They're doing the soundtrack for Sleeping
They're hired.
Hunk.
We got it. We got two of the big things already.
We got the star and the soundtrack by Boner Records.
Done and done. Okay. So periods between these episodes can last on average about 3.5 months in between. So they can go for days of being asleep, so to say, and then 3.5 months, another episode.
So is there any kind of trigger? Like anything? Oh, like maybe they
You are so perfect because I was just going to mention that.
Okay.
You are on point tonight, girl.
I'm on fleek.
How does one get it? It's uncertain. That's unfortunate. But they did say in a recent study in Brain, and I know Brain's like a medical journal, I guess, that there has been a link in 2/3 of the patients that they've diagnosed with it that are currently in these studies, that they've had some sort of infection before it started.
Oh, this is scary. So it could happen to anyone.
Yeah, they really don't know. But it's interesting. 2/3. That's a big amount.
That's a big amount. That makes you think something is behind all of this. It's not just luck at random. I wouldn't say luck, but
like the sad thing is like, is there a treatment? Like, is there something we can do for these people to help them like wake up, so to say, and get out of this episode? So there's a study that found that lithium actually helps reduce these episodes by 20 to 40%. So it's still kind of early. They're not exactly sure.
But that's huge. 20 to 40%?
It helps. Unfortunately, lithium's a very kind of dangerous drug.
Yeah.
A lot of the side effects, I'll read some of the side effects, and you tell me if it's worth, would you rather sleep or would you rather have lithium? Okay, we're going to play a game.
Yeah.
Fainting, irregular heartbeat, frequent urination, weight gain, which is like on every fucking drug there is out there.
This is all like what seems to be on everything already.
Unusual tiredness, which I think is also interesting because it helps prevent tiredness, but okay. Trouble breathing, acne, thinning of hair, passing gas, tooth pain, increased saliva, and ability to have and keep an erection.
God damn it! That's the most important one for these young men.
I mean, you got the heightened, you're kind of coming, you're going. You got the heightened sex stamina, and then you just can't put it through. So it's really, really a tough. Not to make light of this. I mean, this is obviously a disease. No, there are people who have a very hard time with this.
I don't know. I think I would take the side effects.
Would you take these side effects and be able to be awake?
Yeah. I love sleep. It's like my favorite thing in the world to do, probably because I don't do it well. But
right.
I would even choose the side effects over that. Because then you
don't have to worry about the erection part. So that swung you.
Take one off the list and it's
thinning of the hair. It's already thin.
It's already thin. My teeth are already falling out. No, they're not. They're not. But, this just seems like normal aging stuff. Hair thinning, frequent urination, I guess acne, but that's not really something. But still,
I'm glad I passed that already.
Yeah. But not good. Even gum and teeth issues. This is just stuff that happens as you age too, but.
Yeah. At least they're doing research and they're trying to come up with some solutions. So it is something that's being tested.
Here is my question. Is this restful sleep? Is this dreaming sleep?
Well, I'm so glad you asked, because seriously, we don't practice this stuff ahead of time. She has no idea what I'm going to talk about, but you are right on point. So that brings me to an excellent story. Which brings it all back around to dreams. I would. Okay.
I love it.
Have you been on Reddit? Are you a Reddit user?
I've read it.
You've read it on Reddit?
I've read it on Reddit, but I'm not a regular.
Okay. So on Reddit, you might know that they have these posts that are called Ask Me Anything posts.
Yes.
And so you can have things like famous directors or astronauts or whoever, that they'll just sit there and answer a bunch of people's questions.
Yeah.
So this gentleman, whose name is Jonathan, is from Minnesota, and he posted this as an Ask Me Anything. I am one of less than 1,000 people in the world who have been diagnosed with Kleine-Levin syndrome, KLS, aka sleeping beauty syndrome. I have episodes that last, at times, for months, where I sleep 16 to 20 plus hours a day. During my awake hours, I am usually really out of it and confused. I am not able to do much other than go to the bathroom, sit on the couch, and eat, even though I really can't prepare my own food.
How do these people live? Make a living. They can't have jobs.
Yeah, and I'll post the link to this Ask Me Anything, this Reddit link in the show notes, because he answers every single question, and someone did answer that. I didn't put it in my notes, but I think that's a really good question. I think he, from what I remember, can feel these episodes coming on, and he gets certain affairs in order, and then takes some medical short-term disability or a leave from any jobs. But it has to be hard. You're right.
I could be gone 7 to 45 days.
Not sure.
Not sure yet.
But one of the questions a user asked was, do you dream in extended sleep?
Yes.
So Jonathan wrote, one of the big indicators for me is my dreams. I usually have some crazy and vivid dreams right before an episode. So it's predictive. So he'll leading up to an episode, he'll almost know he's going into this episode because he has dreams leading up to it.
That's so interesting.
So he said, when I'm nearing an episode, I almost always have really weird and crazy dreams. I think this continues on when I'm actually in an episode, but I don't know for sure since my memory when I'm in an episode is so awful. I'll ask my wife if she recalls me talking about weird and crazy dreams while in an episode, and I'll edit this post with an answer. And so he gets back. He says, from my wife, quote, well, you talk in sentences that don't make sense. Like you are still in a dream, but you're telling me how you need to bring something somewhere, but you don't usually tell me your dreams in full. So in his awake states, he's often he's like talking in his sleep almost as he's awake,
Right.
but he's not fully awake. He finishes up by saying contextually, like, I talk like I'm in my dreams. Basically, I'll say things like, I need to put the tent away so we can go camping, or something else random.
Oh,
and so, again, I'll post a link in the show notes to Jonathan's Ask Me Anything because it's so interesting. I find it
need to read
really
this
fascinating
now because I have lots of questions.
Yeah, exactly. And that's it's a great Ask Me Anything because I have tons of questions. Yeah.
But so being a parent is one thing, but could you imagine being married to someone with this? Like that just, I don't even know how to explain especially if it didn't like the onset wasn't till like after you were together,
right.
Like, and you have no idea it's like any illness really, like you have to in sickness and in health, but like, what a weird, since it's so rare, like what a weird thing she has to deal with. Like she never saw this coming.
I mean, you really got to help.
Yeah.
And she's like, and she says, I can't even make my own meals. Like, so I'm assuming his wife is there helping him make these, feeding him and taking care of him, making sure that they
changing his diapers.
Oh my God. Yeah. And it's so hard.
For years. Like, that's crazy. Wow.
Yeah. So anyways, friends, so yes, Sleeping Beauty could have been based on a real life syndrome. Yeah.
How about Snow White? She was sleeping too.
Yeah, she took a poison apple though, so I think it's a little different. I think she was poisoned.
I guess that makes sense.
But anyways, so I have a meeting on a calendar for next week. We're gonna talk about the script for Sleeping Hunk, and stay tuned for that.
Yes, Sleeping Hunk's gonna be the blockbuster hit of next fall, guaranteed.
Please, yes.
Write it down. We're going to have to make this movie pretty
Trademark.
fast.
Trademark.
Sleeping Hunk, starring George Clooney.
And music by Boner Records. So again, that's just one of 5 sleeping disorders I'm going to cover coming up. So,
I wanted to look into this now, but now I want to be surprised.
Yes.
I'm excited.
If you're finding this whole podcast interesting, not only the crazy dreams we read, but you find any value in learning about rare, random sleep disorders, we want you to tell your best friend about the show.
Yes, please.
That's how we grow. That's how we keep coming back each and every week for you besties. So do us one favor right now. Take out your phone. Text your bestie to follow our show. And you know what? You can tell your bestie. You can tell your favorite
hunk.
Tell your favorite hunk. Yeah, you should tell him. Maybe you're married. Maybe he's just a random guy on the bus. But either way, it's a good way to start a conversation.
Hunk, rando hunk. I'll take a hunk.
Rando hunk, take them all. And tell your favorite church member about the show.
Buzzing.
They might not like all the swearing. You just start a buzz at your church about the show. That's what we love, and that's what we appreciate. Thanks, besties. We love each and every one of you.
Thank you so much.
Well, hey, what's crazy is we just saw each other.
I know.
A couple days ago. We actually were in person together.
In person, real life. IRL.
And we were such idiots, we didn't take a picture. But I was back home. My nieces are seniors in high school, and they had a high school musical they were in with principal leads. So I came back to visit, and I had an extra ticket, and so my best friend came with, and you went out to dinner with my whole fam.
I loved it. I loved every second of it. It was great.
I love that my mom posts on Facebook, like, all my favorite people and my bonus daughter. She always calls her her bonus daughter.
Well, I say, bye, Mom, bye, Dad.
Yeah.
And I say hi to them and bye to them.
I love it.
It's accurate.
It was fun. It was nice seeing you. Yeah, but the play was great. They did such a good job. Oh my gosh.
You would never know these were high schoolers with their voices.
Oh,
their voices are so amazing and strong. Like,
great musical.
It was a lot of fun. Oh my God. There were some amazingly funny characters.
There was. Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was funny because my youngest, after leaving, she looks at me and goes, she's in 8th grade now. She goes, I think I might want to do theater in high school. It's a big difference. I'm like, yeah, good. You should keep doing it. If you love it, keep doing it. So
that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, there was a song about a boner in it. If we're talking about
that's
boner
true.
records,
There was a song.
Boner records. There's a song about
there
boners.
was a song about a boner. That is true. If you're familiar, maybe you don't know, it's the 35th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. 35th. 25th?
I don't know.
Either way,
it's some
it's a spelling bee. Look it up. It's
spelling.
hilarious. And then the best part was my niece at the end. She goes, "Oh, this is my boyfriend," and he was the character who had the boner. So I think that was the most interesting part. But no,
oh my
funny.
God, they did a great job.
Great group of little thespians.
Yeah,
yes.
it was a lot of fun.
How was the rest of your week?
It was good.
Other than seeing me.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was the highlight.
Me too. I agree.
And I loved the little gift you gave me. I have it on my desk. My little sea turtle
yeah,
cup.
I brought it back from Myrtle Beach, but we haven't been in person since my vacation.
We haven't.
So, yeah,
I love it. And someone's like, "Is that a sea turtle?" I'm like, "You bet your fucking ass it is a sea turtle." I didn't say that at work, but I was like, "Yeah, it is." But in my head, I was saying,
Good.
"You bet your fucking ass it's a sea turtle."
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. But pretty uneventful, which I'll take. Just resting up. Okay. How about you? Anything exciting?
Well, other than the fact that Christmas music has already started here in Chicago, November 1st is when our local radio station starts playing 24 hours a day of Christmas music. And my kids are so into it. And I'm like, I just can't yet. I mean, I love Christmas. Don't get me wrong. I love Christmas.
Over a month. Like, you maybe need a week of that shit or a couple days.
Oh, no. I need a whole 6 weeks of it, but it's still a little too early. Like, I can do it like right after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's fair. Give it a month.
My daughter's like, "Can we put on Christmas music?" I'm like, "Not yet." I really do love it, but I will get burnt out, and I don't want to get burnt out
because you want to enjoy it.
You do.
There's a girl at work who sits by me, and she's already got Christmas stuff up in her little cubicle. I was like, "All right, okay, this is what we're doing now. All right, it's November."
Now you need to bring a little Christmas tree and put it on your desk.
She's got a Christmas tree. She's got stockings. She's got a picture of a reindeer. She's got it all.
I don't know who she is, but I love her.
I'm like, "You are on top of it." Okay. She's like, "I'm going to be that person." Nice. I'm like, "You be that person. I don't care."
Go for it. Yeah. And when can we hang out?
Yeah. And what's your phone number? Because you're cool.
So you want to hear something funny I saw driving the other day? And I
can't even imagine where this is going.
I had to do a double take. It was a van. And it had written on the side, UFO support vehicle.
Oh.
But it was like.
Sure, I know what this is. It's a UFO support vehicle.
Because I'm like, it looked like.
Was it like spray painted on?
It was like permanent, not just spray painted, but like, you know.
It wasn't like a professional sign or anything.
Yes, it was like a professional done truck. And I'm looking at it going,
UFO.
Is this like the name of some, is it like a roadside assistant?
Maybe it's UFO. Maybe it's UFO support.
Could be UFO support. But either way,
what's UFO?
I tried to Google it. I couldn't find it. I'm like, if it's a business, and I searched for UFO support vehicle, I would think I would find the business. I could not find anything on this. And I'm now questioning if I had some time loss. I don't know.
Do you have KLS? You shouldn't be driving, I bet, if you have KLS.
I don't think you can drive when you have KLS. But I was a little bit surprised. I almost decided vehicle. I wanted to follow it.
I was like, I would follow and be like, excuse me.
If I wasn't on my way to pick up my daughter from play practice, if it was just any other day I was by myself, I had nowhere to go, I would have totally followed it because I don't know. And I did a double take. I just wish I could have.
What kind of vehicle was it? You said a truck?
It was a van, a white van.
A van.
Like a work van?
Oh, white van. Ooh,
no.
UFO support. UFO.
Oh, God. It was just like a work van. Okay. No windows. Just had
this creepier and creepier as you go on.
I don't even know. I look. It went by me so fast. I couldn't even see if there was a number or a website. But hey, if you know of any UFO support
Please
vehicle,
let us know in the Chicagoland area.
And is it helping the UFOs or is it? It's a UFO support vehicles, which made me think it's like UFO fixing, and I'm not sure.
Yeah, like I could picture like this van like towing a UFO to like a UFO garage.
Yeah, it's gotta go all the way to New Mexico.
Yeah, it's got to go there. You know,
it's
so
long,
it's going to be
it's
a long
haul,
drive.
a very expensive tow.
And I mean, you got to put a tarp over that shit. I mean, you can't just
let
everybody
everyone
looking
see
at all
it.
those UFOs.
God, the phones would be blowing up.
I hope you see this van again. I mean, there is a chance if you're on
I'm really, really hoping
route, same time. There's a chance that
it was dark.
That maybe
helps
it
the story at all.
UFO support vehicle at all.
I swear to God, and this is the reason I need like one of those dash cams on my car because
oh my God,
then I could have replayed the tape and really had a chance to look, but I'll never know.
I mean,
I'll never know.
Hindsight, right? It's 2020. If only we had known you were going to see the white UFO support vehicle van.
So random.
That made my day, though.
Good. I'm glad. I mean, who was driving is really the question.
Yeah. Did you see who the driver was?
Is it Agent Mulder and Agent Scully? Because if it is,
I
would have totally followed it.
All for that.
I ran out of gas and forever and ever.
Forever and ever and ever.
Forever and ever. I would follow them all the way to Roswell.
Oh my God. I would follow them all the way to DC and back. Oh my God. That's
Special
amazing.
Agent Mulder.
I got lost for a second. I was just thinking about Mulder for a second. I'm back.
So easy to do. I'm back. Okay. Hey, Bessie, if you've ever seen a UFO or have a story about any weird stuff in the sky, let us know.
All that too. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, Laura Beth and Avery. This was such an interesting episode.
It was a good one.
Like I said, we didn't even know they were going to be intertwined like they were. It was so good. So thank you again also because it was, they had to share a lot of themselves with that. They're very vulnerable. So thank you both again, Laura Beth and Avery.
All right, Bestie. Today has been a lot of fun, but stay tuned because next week we are bringing you some more fucked up dreams, just like we do each and every week. But until then,
sweet dreams,
bitches.